My people. Well, it's Thursday. Made it through another day. Just got home from work. I thought I'd run part 3 of the best folders series. First of all, make sure you check out redhillcutlery.com and check out my buddies on YouTube, Satu Dave, Timbo437, and My Bad Adventures. Make sure, as usual, you hit the like button. It's right down there. And if you do, you'll be automatically entered to win a zip tie. All right. Make sure you subscribe. I got a giveaway coming up as soon as we hit 500 subscribers. So the faster you subscribe, the faster I can give you free stuff, or at least give you a chance to win free stuff. Share, hit the bell notifications, all that good stuff. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can find the info to do so in the description. All donations will be used 100% for Knives for content. If you're interested, make sure you check out Patreon because I do separate giveaways over there. And also, I do sneak peeks of what the next video is going to be before, a day or two beforehand. So if that interests you, make sure you check that out. Also, I make strops. If you're interested in a handmade strop or two, I do 2 for $40. That is shipped, and I will load it with compound or diamond emulsion if you like. So if that interests you, hit me up in the comments or message me on one of the platforms that are listed in the description. Now, give me 1 second. I gotta pin this door shut. The wind's blowing it open. All right. Today is part 3 of the best folders of all time series. We started out in part 1 with the ZT460, the Strider SMF, the Manix 2, and the SOCOM. I wanted to show y'all, I did get my pocket clip in for the SOCOM, so that's pretty cool. It's better lighting. Would be awesome, wouldn't it? Anyway, it's titanium. It's kind of like an oil slick. My lighting is terrible. I apologize, guys. As soon as I have the money, I'm going to get better lighting. But anyway, I think it looks cool like this. And believe it or not, it's actually a much better pocket clip than the stock one. All right, so as I said before in my last video, I only own one more of the knives that are on my list currently. So I'm going to sick these up a little bit. So just so I'm not just showing that one last one that I own, I'm going to show off a honorable mention that I also believe just barely didn't get into the top 10. And just it's not because I don't love it, it's just because I like the other ones just a little bit better. And that is the Spyderco Endura. This is an absolute classic. And as far as a usable folding cutting tool, and if you're not worried about fidget factor or cool factor, this guy is for you. This is a wonderful knife, especially if you get the upgraded pocket clip. That's a Lynch clip. And if you get one in an upgraded steel, this is ZDP 189. You just can't beat the Endura, period. It would be better if it was G10 with skeletonized liners, which they do have those versions. They're just hard to get a hold of. If I can ever get a hold of it or get some titanium scales for this, this will be an absolutely perfect knife. I use the crap out of it, as you can tell how dirty it is. I love this knife. That ZDP 189 holds a hell of an edge. It's not exactly stainless, but it's not tool steel rustable. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this knife because I've showed it off many times, and everybody knows it's one of my favorite knives. So the next one I have is in the top 10, and it is from an American company. Most all of my favorites are. It is the Spartan Harsey. which is just an amazing knife. And again, none of these are in any particular order. This is just a ridiculously badass knife, in my opinion. S45VN, titanium handles. Everything's titanium except for the pivot, the stop pin, and the blade. Literally everything else is titanium. Has this massive, oversized pivot, which also acts as the stabilizer. It does have huge phosphor bronze washers. I'm trying to get a better picture of that for you, which is my preference. Giant standoffs, titanium hardware, filler for your pocket clip, which can be right or left hand tip up carry. Awesome. I believe they turn these themselves. Everything that's on this knife supposedly is 100% American made. I tend to believe them. They are all hand assembled, hand sharpened. I'm sure they CNC everything, but I think, you can see the CNC markings right here. But for something that is 100% American made, you can't beat this knife. And hand assembled, hand tuned, all that good stuff. I like this better than the Sebenza and the Umnumzon. I like it better than the XM18, which is basically the competition to this knife. This one is 100% brand new. I got it on a trade, but he told me he's carried it, but there's no flipping way. There's not a mark on it for one, and for two, you could tell these washers are brand new. Anyway, yeah, and that's a factory edge. Love this knife. I like the company, Spartan, the good guys over there. They make some really nice stuff. The Palace, which I don't own anymore. It's one of the knives I've traded for this. Is a killer knife. They also make a smaller version of this, which is 3.25-inch blade. This is a 4-inch blade. It's a little too small for me. This is the perfect size. It's basically the same exact knife except for just smaller, scaled down. Call it a mini, if you will. This knife was designed by Mr. William Harsey, who is a super famous designer, knife maker, and he's been doing it for a ridiculous amount of years, longer than I've been alive, I'm sure. And it shows. This is a tried and true, heavy, robust. It is quite heavy. There's no milling whatsoever in there. Just a good all-around work knife, cutting tool, and one of my favorites. I love it. A lot of people have things they don't like about this knife, as far as like these standoffs. They're not countersunk into the titanium. They do free spin, but that's not a big deal to me. The fact that there is no lock bar insert, which also does not bother me, and the fact that it is $550. The standard, just straight up titanium with no DLC or anything on it, is $465, which is, when you're looking at American made full tie knife, S45VN, hand assembled, sharpened, and tuned. Honestly, I think the price is just fine. I do like his filler tab. It's pretty neat. It's got their logo on it. Not a lot of billboarding. USA S45VN, the Spartan logo, which is also there. Other than that, that's it. The pocket clip is kind of Hinderer-esque. I'm not, honestly, really not a fan of the pocket clip, but it's not bad either. It works pretty well. The billboarding, the lack of billboarding on this is really a good thing. Like the Microtex billboarding is just too much. Just way too much. Spyderco doesn't do too bad, except for on their American models. They got quite a bit going on there, but you know, it's cool. Strider has basically nothing on their blades. Symbol, blade steel, and sometimes blade steel is not even on there on the older ones. Too much on this one as well. That side's fine, but this side here's got a book's worth of writing on it. I wish I could have got this in a two-tone blade or a non-DLC, because their stonewash blades are really nice looking, in my opinion. But this would be this knife is set up to do some customization that I think would be pretty cool. I'd like to take the DLC off around the edges, like pinstriping, and maybe from the flats down, remove the DLC and maybe do a regrind on it, because it is kind of thick. It's supposed to be thick. That's the point. But maybe get this reground a little thinner, which will remove a lot of it'll remove the DLC here, but that'll also leave the flats. I think that'd look pretty neat. All right, guys, do you all agree with the first 5 of my top 10? Let me know down in the comments. What is your guess on the next 5? Which I do not own any of those, and it will probably take me a while to get them. I can't afford to own any of these knives other than maybe these 2. So I don't know if I'm going to hang on to all. I'm definitely hanging on to them because those were gifts and I'll never sell those. But I might end up putting these up for sale or trade to get a couple more that are on the list. One of the ones on my top 10 is a production knife, but it is retarded hard to get. So it may be a really long time before I get that one. All right, guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. As soon as I even get remotely close to 500 subs, I'm going to do the giveaway, or start the giveaway. I'm going to give away a couple knives, Microtech hat, basically all the stuff that was on the Patreon giveaway, and some. If you want to know what was on that Patreon giveaway, look in my list of videos on my channel and you'll see it there. It was only like 4 or 5 videos ago. And then I'm going to add some more stuff to it, hopefully. Oh, yeah, we forgot to do the sticker. We're going to do this Microtech sticker. Alright. Can we catch it over here on camera a little bit? Yeah, it's still on camera. Alright, we about got this thing filled up. Let's do another one. E-Knives. There's good people over there. I like them folks. Coco. And, oh shoot, I forget his name. Anyway, good people. I can check them out too. They got some really rad knives on their website right now. Lots of customs, lots of vintage Microtechs, manual Microtechs too. Y'all go check them out. All right, guys, you guys have a fantastic Thursday. Don't forget to hit that like button, because you know everybody needs zip ties. This is what holds my fucking truck together. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.